Hi guys, welcome back to the 12 days of Christmas. Today I have for you an adorable little folio tutorial. You've probably seen this one before. I did as a part of my La La Land Crafts design team, and a lot of you requested a tutorial for this project. So this is a folio easel card. So it works as a folio and a card, so you can open this up and add a little dedication here on the top. And then you can also open it like a folio, and you have all this room for pictures. And on the center we have a little pocket, so we can add a gift card if we want to give this as a gift. And then here's just extra room for pictures. And then this also works as an easel card, so you just put this down and then it will stand up like so, and then you can display it on the coffee table, mantle, or when you give it as a gift. It is such a beautiful gift to have as well. So I am going to be using this time the adorable Marcy stamp, and I went ahead and colored her up just to save a little bit of time on this video. And I am using the blue Christmas paper collection. That this is also from the new November release for La La Land Crafts. I'm also going to be using some heavyweight cardstock, and I'm going to make the base on white because I think that looks super cute with these paper. So this is also a design team project for La La Land Crafts. Make sure to check the blog because we are also having an 18 days of Christmas, and every day on December you will see a project from each one of the designers, so it is super fun as well. So I am gonna get right into the tutorial, but first let me remind you that this series is also a giveaway, so make sure that you are subscribed to all the channels on the description box, and also make sure to leave as many comments as you can, since we are going to be picking our winners at random from either one of the 12-day videos. So now let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna start this folio by first cutting 2 pieces of cardstock into like cards, and this is actually how it started. It was first a card and then it transitioned into a folio. And so I am cutting these at 6 1/4 by 11, so I'm gonna need 2 of these pieces. And then I am going to score down the middle at 5 1/2, just like that. And I'm going to do the same for both. So as you can see, this is actually a card that I started making, and then I decided to turn it into a little folio, like I said. So these are the first 2 pieces that will go on the front. Then I'm going to cut another piece here at 6 1/4 by 8 1/2. So I'm doing it this way, like that, for this one. And this piece I'm going to score at 1/2 and 1 inches. So we're gonna score at 1/2 and at 1, and we're gonna turn this around and we're going to score at 1/2 and at 1. And then we are going to fold along the score lines. Okay, so I folded along the score lines, and now I'm going to add these cards, one on the top and one on the bottom. So I'm just gonna use my glue. You can definitely use your double-sided tape as well. And I'm just gonna add my glue right here and line this up on the top. And yeah, so my kids are being crazy again. You're probably gonna hear them a lot during this series, just because they're in vacation and nothing can keep them quiet. Okay, so I'm just going to add glue on the bottom there as well, and I am just going to add the second one right on the bottom, and I'm just gonna make sure this is lined up good, just like so. Okay, so now we're gonna work on the middle part here on the inside. So I have these 2 opened, and you just make sure they are pressed down really good. And the first thing I'm going to do is make the flaps. So for the flaps, I'm cutting a piece of 6 1/4 by 5 inches, and I'm going to need 2 of those. And I'm going to score these pieces also at 1/2 inch and 1 inch, and I'm only gonna do one side And same thing here, 1/2 inch and 1 inch. So then we're gonna fold along the score lines. Here we go, and then we have this little U shape here as well, and I did this because I want to give the back also the 1/2 inch base, that way this can be a little bit more sturdy when we close it. So I'm just gonna line this up to the sides and also center it up and down, and I'm just gonna press down right there, and then we are going to do the same on the other side. And I'm just gonna press this down here, just like that. So then I'm going to use one of my scrap pieces, and I'm gonna make the pocket on the center here. And the reason why I'm doing this pocket, number one, is to do a gift card, and the second reason is because I am using a 6x6 paper size, and this piece measures 7 inches, so I wouldn't have enough to cover it. And you can always paper piece, but I thought it would be good to have a pocket, so if we want to put like a gift card, that would be a good place to have it. So I am going to trim this little piece of paper at 7 inches by 3 inches, maybe just a small pocket, just like that. And then we are going to score that piece 1/2 inch on 3 sides. So let me just bring my scoreboard over, and we're gonna do 1/2 inch here, and then 1/2 inch, and we're going to do 1/2 inch here again. And now I'm just going to cut the corners just like so, and then we're gonna fold along the score lines and add the pocket. So I added some glue on my pocket, and I'm just gonna place it down here, and make sure to center it because this is a little bit smaller than the size of the base. And also make sure you don't put it on top of that score line because you still want these to bend. Okay, so let's just press this down just like that, and here we go. Now we are basically done. Now what I did on the other one is I added like a little mini booklet on this side. Since we have these large 1/2 inch gussets, we want to take advantage of that. Not on this one because I don't want this to come up, since one goes on top of the other. Make sure that you do that booklet only on the side that has the big gusset. So on my case, that's gonna be my right side. So I am just going to grab another piece of cardstock, and I am going to cut this piece right down the center. So this measures 8.5 by 11, so I'm going to cut it at 4 1/4 by 5.5. There we go. So we have 4 little pieces, and we're going to score each piece at 1/2 inch to create the booklet, just like that. And then we're just going to fold along the score line each one of these, and we're gonna place one on top of the other. So I'm just gonna add my glue on these little folds, and we're just gonna line this up with the one previous and just put it right on top, just like that. And then we're going to continue building this up. So I'm gonna grab the next piece, add my glue, and place it right on top. And then we're gonna do the same one more time. So now I'm going to bring my little base here, and I'm gonna open all of these up, and we're gonna add this little booklet on this side here. So I'm just going to add my glue. There we go, and just line it up on this side. And there you go, and that is the base of the little folio. And then now we're going to decorate it with our design paper. Okay, so I cover my little folio with paper, and now I'm going to decorate the cover. So I put two pieces together here just to give this a little bit more height, because I kind of wanted to a little house on the front cover here, and I want to use the door. I'm also using the dies that release with the collection, so I'm in love with this door. So I'm going to use that door, but then I also want to use the chimney, and I wanted to have more room here. That's why I extended it a little bit. So I'm going to first do the shape of the house. Now I'm using this wood pieces die that is actually the one that comes with the chimney. It's this piece here. So I just got two on the white, and I'm just gonna glue it to give it like a shape of the house, and then I'm going to trim out the rest here, the extra blue. So I'm just gonna put them together, and I love the look of wood on this piece. So okay, so now we're just gonna do something like that, and like I said, I'm going to cut the extra here. I am using different die cuts, and I'm gonna have them listed all down below if you want to take a look. But so I'm gonna be using this other one. This is the chimney, and I think I call this chimney, but this is the fireplace. So and I cut this one on red, and the same thing I did for the door, I cut them on red cardstock. So I am going to just put this one on the back, so it kind of looks like it's, you know, like it has a little bit of dimension here. It looks a little bit more realistic. So I'm gonna place it on the back. Kind of looks on 3D there. And then this one comes with these like snow piece. So I'm just gonna glue that piece right here as well. And how cute does that look already? Oops. Okay, so let's do that. There you go. So starting to look like a little house. Then I'm going to use the door. Now the door comes, and I went ahead and push the back down, because you have the option to give this a little bit of volume. So I don't think I'm gonna give a volume. I think I'm just gonna glue it straight down. Now I went ahead and I cut just a little piece of cardstock. This is white cardstock, but I color it yellow, just so I can give a little bit of color here. It looks like the inside of the house is, you know, it has some light on it. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of glue and add this little piece right there, so you can see it from the other side. And I'm going to glue this down, and this all came apart, but I'm just gonna put it back together, and I'm just gonna add my glue and place my door here on the center. And the inside pieces of the door, I'm just gonna add them flat. So now I'm going to glue the frame of the door, and I actually cut two of these frames so I can glue one on top of the other and give it a little bit more volume. So I'm going to add the first one, and then I'm going to add the second one right on top. Then I went ahead and I cut the reef out of this other die and also the little bow. So I'm just gonna glue one on top of the other, and I think I'm gonna put the bow on the bottom. And so let me just add a little tiny glue. There you go. And then I'm going to add this whole thing to the door so it looks nice and festive. We can add it like so. And there you go. How cute is that? And this one I actually cut on white cardstock, and then I just color it on green using my Copic markers. Now this other piece is an actually border die, and it is this one here. And what I did is I colored the big circles on green so they look like little mini reefs, and then I did the smaller ones on yellow so they look like lights. And I'm going to add this one here on the top of the house, so it looks like a Christmas decoration. So I'm gonna trim this a little bit smaller. I'm gonna take out the two sides, and then I'm just gonna glue this like that. And here we go, we have our little house, and I think it's so much fun to use all these little pieces from the new release to build these houses. Now I want to make this stand out because the background and the color of the house is almost the same color, and I actually wanted this to be very monochromatic, even the one on the bottom, but I do want it to stand out a little bit. So I am going to add a little volume using my foam tape. That way it will kind of stand out. So I am just going to add my pieces on the back. Okay, so I have all my foam tape, and I'm just going to go ahead and place this on the back right there. Then I'm going to add my little doll. Now for her, I did one side of the girl, I did double layer of the foam tape, and on the side that's gonna go on top of the house, I just did one layer so it will even up. Because here we go, she's so cute. And then I have two sentiments here. One says waiting for Santa, and one says Santa's little helper. So I think for this one I am going to use the Santa's little helper, and I'm just gonna again give it a little bit of volume with my tape here, and I'm trying to think if I'm gonna put it there. Yeah, I think that's a good place for it. So here we go, we're done with our little folio card, and I just think she looks so adorable. And of course we can go ahead and display this as an easel card, just like that. So here we go, now we have a boy and a girl version of these adorable little folio easel cards. Let me know which one is your favorite. I think I love them both. They're so cute. This is like the outside of the house and the inside of the house. Don't forget to visit all the channels on the description box below, and also today I'm going to have the link of all the products that I use from La La Land Crafts. And don't forget to check the blog where you can be inspired with our 18 days of Christmas as well. Each day one of the designers is posting a new project on the blog. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.